Hey, good morning, everybody. How are we today? Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. Good morning, everyone. I appreciate everybody being here. Hello, Alan. Hey, Tommy, JW, Roger, Joe, Billy, Bill, Mike. Glad to have you guys all here. Thank you very, very much. Hey, Lori. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Julie. All right. Happy days, everybody. Wish everybody the best in trading. Um, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised the market is even holding up as well it is. If we take a look at the spiders here, there's only two XLRE, XLV that um, are what I call, my trend, where price is above the T line and T line's above the trend indicator. There's only two there. Everything else is below. Everything else is looking a little bit sad in here, just not so good. So I truly am a bit surprised we're even holding up as good as we are. Take a look at IYT here. That's transports. Those are in sad, sad, sad shape. SMH, semiconductors, they're in worse shape, I think. It's, like I say, truly amazing. So what that means is just be careful. I know that by and large, everyone, not everyone, but the majority of traders want to trade long. Majority of traders look for long trades more, but make sure you're, looking at the right ones, the ones where there's actually a nice trend. I wouldn't try to predict anything. It's like, any news that comes out. Let's take tariffs, for instance. Um, some of the tariffs may not actually go through, right? Don't predict on that stuff. Let's just watch the trend here. It's so simple in the chart. Granted, sometimes you have to sit back and let things take shape, but just following that trend. So I'm looking at the SPY here, and you can see price is below the T line. T line is below the trend indicator. Now the trend indicator is below the 50 period moving average, that blue line. So that's just telling me that there's, we're just digging ourselves into a deeper hole. With all that said, every trader knows that, there could be 15 minutes of market that could actually turn this market around. Put some kind of price action candle in that says, okay, here we go. But even with that, I think it's important to have some sort of rules, not just to buy because. So keep that in mind. Keep that, what is your trend? Trade the trend, I guess. I've got this big line at 564. I mentioned this yesterday. Technically, I don't think the market is broken until we're below that area right there. And what I'm looking at is this right here. So we take this area and we come over and look at those highs right there. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. And that's because, and I'm sorry, if you were here yesterday, I did the same thing, and I hope it's not overly boring. And what I see here is, a top, a test of that top, pull back and get a running start, break through that top, and then we rally up for the most part. I mean, we have a little pullback here, but for the most part, we rally up. Well, now we're starting to give that rally up and build this bearish M pattern that we are now, I believe it is, unless my eyeballs are crooked. Yeah. Yeah, we're right at that level. So we blow below that, this low, whatever that number is. We could be in trouble. And then if we get below this 564, I think we're in a lot of trouble. Here we're kind of bouncing off that 200 period moving average. So there's a big question. Will the bulls come in here and hold us up? Will the bears step back a little bit? And the truth, the story, everything is about the price action. Allow that candle to work, whether it's one candle or five candles, one candle like that, or maybe, five candles getting up there. Maybe we pull back a little bit and then break out. But that's kind of important right there. What else have we got here? Oh, let's look at T2123 here. If we look at T2123 over here on the bottom right, you can see our trend is very much to the downside. There's nothing bullish at all. For those that have never seen this at all, this chart, let's put this so it is on 60-minute, and let's do this. Make that, turn that yellow so we can see it. See right there? That's bullish right there. That's bearish. So what this says is the weight of the market is on the side of the sellers, the bears. The weight of the market doesn't mean that there's not going to be pockets of stocks popping up. There's always going to be that. But the weight of the market, the majority of the market, is pointing down. Here's VXX, again on an hourly chart. Here's where we closed Friday. Right now, it looks like we're going to be just about in that same neighborhood. And you can see that trend right there. So let's put it up here so it's a little easier. See that trend? See how we're green? We pull back just for a little bit of a dip, back green. Overall, we're trending up in the VIX. Trending up in the VIX, trending down in T2123 puts the power to the sellers. Power to the sellers. Okay. So with that, let's take a look at some charts. Take a look at TJX. We've got a possible blue ice failure setting up right in here. So when I look at a blue ice failure, what I like is, my favorite is when we've been trending up and we start to fail the 50. That's because I like moving averages for targets. So I set my scan up, one of my scans up for this anyway. So we start getting below that 50 period moving average. I start looking for that short setup here, like here on TJ Maxx. Let's get this arrow going. There we go. And it's not really big, but there's the back, and then there's an H pattern right there below this low right here, whatever date that is. Below that sets it up and confirms that bearish H pattern. Below 119.80, that's the dotted deuce, and it's a modified 200 period moving average is what it is. And here's the 200 period moving average. Makes for a nice target. Here's Walmart. This is another one. We were long on this, and we had to close it out because it just didn't get its bounce going. But we did go short on it yesterday. And here you can see that. There it is. Here's this bearish H pattern setting up. And below this low right there, what that'll do is confirm that H pattern. And that puts the dotted deuce and the 200 period moving average in target range. So Walmart here is setting up for short. SFM is another one. See how SFM is setting up? So there's that H pattern right here. We're failing the 50 period moving average below those lows. That confirms that H pattern, and that lines up the dotted deuce here and 200 period moving average. Now here, I want to stop right there because I've got a couple more to the short side. There's one thing about the market that's going on right now. We're a bit oversold. Okay. So we could see that bounce come in here. Be careful not to be tricked on that bounce. And what I mean by tricked is, assuming that the bulls come back in, and maybe they climb up for a couple days. I said, be careful not to be fooled. That does not mean that we're bullish here. At something like this would just merely be a relief rally at this point. Even one more day up would merely be a relief rally. That's it. Couple of things that I think the market needs to do, or one thing, is let's just measure from this recent high and the low. If the bulls can't get past that 50% retracement, you got nothing. That is purely a relief rally. So we need to be above that level to even give the bulls a fighting chance. Okay, so little caution if we start moving bullishly up. It, it may be just a simple oversold relief rally. Um, XLC might be setting up for a short. See how we've been trending up. I like, and this is my favorite kind of blue ice failure, opposed to a 50 period moving average that's moving down. And again, that's because I've got moving average targets down here. I love that. But then I love trading with moving averages as well. So there's two targets down there. We start to fail, and let's not rule out any kind of price target. So I'm going to put something about right here at 97.50. I just see where there's a price where buyers and sellers have had a bit of an argument, and that's where a target might be, is right in here. What else? I have XLF. Did I write? Yep. XLF might even be having a little trouble right in here. So here we are down. Watch for a little rally up. That could be a good time to short. What I'm going to look for is, failure up near those red dots is what I would look for. And then that may offer a nice entry in that area if we get that rally to the upside. Outside of that, pretty much anything below the 50 period moving average might be a short. NDAQ is also setting up. Let me peek at the scanner real quick, see if there's anything popping up right now. MDB. See, here's MDB, where we're failing the 50. Now this is where the 50 is trending downhill here, and there's nothing wrong with these shorts at all. In fact, hey, the trend is down, right? So here's your bearish H pattern setting up. Here we are failing the 50 period moving average. Trend indicator is red. Looks like a short. So, all right. Does anyone have any charts you want to take a peek at? Anything at all? Let's say, hey, good morning, Vernon. Good morning. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Hydro, I'll just say Hydro. Okay. Glad to have you here. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Rickster, good morning. I think we saw everybody else. Good morning. You're long. Lorraine, I'm long. Maybe that's GM. You're long. I'm not sure. Good morning, you're GM. It might be trying to carve out that bottom. I mean, that's one thing. Yeah, here's let's look at this. So, I mean, if we put, what happened there? Uh-oh, what happened? Huh, that's interesting. Just a second here. That was weird. Well, I'll be darned. I can't draw that any longer. I don't know why. Huh, weird. So, hope something's not about to happen to my computer here. So we could have a bottom forming right in here. Absolutely. So, that could be coming up over that 50 period moving average. I think that would be good, but we want to watch this trend line right in here. But yeah, let's look at the weekly on this. Weekly, you can see that trend line. It bugs me. I can't extend that. Huh. Anyway. So yeah, the main thing is just keep that stop in there. Trade, build a plan for your trade and trade your plan. That's one of the most important things for all members of Hit Run Candlesticks, Right Way Options, and BYOB day trading. Tomorrow, we have members e-learning, and the topic is trade your plan. So just make sure you have that plan in there. And I know a lot of people, they overthink a plan, but a plan really is pretty simple. Have a reason why you're looking at something long or short. Put a stop in there and put a target in there. Building a plan really is not complicated. It's not that tough. Hey, Terry, you're looking at VSTM. Let's take a look. VSTM. Look at that. Look how that thing is trending. A nice gap. It's a gap and trap type trade. You can see we gapped up. We've got the 50 period moving average. Whoa, man, I might have to. I don't know what I'm going to do here. The 50 period moving average. You can see how that's trending up right there. Nice and bullish. Price action goes back and forth. Here we've popped up. We're just pretty much going sideways. Take a look at yesterday. Look at, let's see if today is what? Today is Wednesday. So is that right? Today's Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Friday. There we go. Take a look at Friday here. I love that little candle. A little bullish engulf, little rest, and then bow, pow. We go yesterday, and we're showing some strength today. Very nice chart. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Terry. And targets, they're the simplest things in the world. It's just where price has been before. That's all it is. It's not anything overly complicated. I work my best to keep trading pretty simple. So anyway, Stefan Wolf says earnings on the 18th. I've got it on the 13th now that I'm looking. Just keep that in mind. You got some earnings there. What else do we have here? What do I see that might be moving? Oh, let's take a look at NVIDIA. Better look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA put a bullish piercing candle in yesterday. Looks like today we're pretty much holding that. Price is allowed to rest after, a candle like that. So we'll keep our eyes on that. But overall, NVIDIA is still in a downtrend. If you're long this, which I did buy this yesterday, only looking for a bounce. That's all I'm looking for. So if it happens in a couple days, good for me. And if it doesn't, I have my stop in. I'm not worried. I made a plan. I'm trading my plan. Take a look at Tesla. Here's Tesla here. Tesla's flirting with that 200-day period moving average. I'm going to say flirting. I know it's below it. This is one of these things about stock trading. Anybody who thinks in stock trading that 2 + 2 = 4, you're out of your ever-loving mind. There is nothing about stock trading that is so precise. It is nothing. And so when I look at this and I say flirting with that 200, somebody else might say, oh, it's below the 200. Yipers. If you want to do that, okay. But it's flirting because it's just a moving average. Hint, the word is average. Average. Okay. That is the key word there. Average. So right now we're just flirting in that neighborhood. Apple. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple needs to hold that little trend line there. If it doesn't, it breaks down. What's next? 200 period moving average right here. Wow. Yeah, 200. Man, I've seriously got something. So when I'm done here, I'm going to have to reboot my TC2000. Give me a little fits here. Don't know what it is. Anyway, if we look at things like SPXU, that is still bullish. This chart being bullish is suggesting that, and for this one, the S&P 500 is bearish. I mean, if we just go look at SPX here, there's SPX moving down. I could go to the SPY and get the real time. So here's the SPY right here. So you can see where we're down. And today, we're not gaining any ground here. All righty. If there's nothing else, I'm going to call it a morning here. We'll meet up back here in about 25 minutes when the market opens up. I want to thank everybody for being here, here in the room from our what am I trying to say? X/Twitter or our YouTube as well. So thank you so much for everyone being here. See you in about 25 minutes when the market opens up. Thank you.